degree, you have the license, and now you have no job. How do you prevent that from being you? You want to start applying for jobs no later than 6 months before it's set for you to graduate. Nothing is wrong with putting in applications, especially to these residency programs. Sometimes they only come around a couple times a year. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to those deadlines to make sure that you have your application in by the deadline. Also, you want to make sure that when you are going to clinical, especially if you know that it's a floor you like, you want to make sure that you build a rapport with the nursing manager and the staff. So that means when you're going to clinical, you're showing up and you're showing out. You're showing them like, hey, I want to be here. I'm interested in working here. So I think that is good, because that nurse manager and that staff, they are going to remember you by your clinical performance, whether that's good or bad. But we want that to work in our favor. Also is, like I said, clinical is really big. You want to make sure that you also are being respectful and that you also are doing the things that your clinical instructor asks you to do, because your clinical instructor, that could be a good reference for you. Other thing is not to be so picky and set in your ways about where you want to go. So I know you want to go into labor and delivery, but you may need a backup plan. So you just don't want to get so fixated on, if I don't get into labor delivery, I don't know what I want to do. No, you want at least have some backups. And I'm going to make sure that you are paying attention to your GPA. You guys, I don't care what they get on here and tell y'all, C's get degrees. C's do get degrees. They do. But that should not be what you're striving for, because when it came down to residency program, when I started out, they looked at your GPA and they let you in off of your GPA. That is my tip for today on how you can have a job after you graduate. But for those who are still looking for a job, don't give up. Don't give up. They're going to hire you. Someone is going to give you a chance. So just be patient, okay? Thanks for watching.